I never intended to wreck Christmas. But the second that gold bow sparkled under the living room lights, and my sister dangled the keys to a $17,000 Lexus LX with her perfectly manicured hand, something inside me didn't break. It clicked, not shattered, not destroyed, just aligned. She squealed. Mom applauded. Dad filmed everything for Facebook. And me? I sat there unwrapping a ceramic mug with hard work pays off printed on the front. Crooked. Mom smirked. Be grateful, she said. Life is fair. Fair. She actually said that. I stared at that mug like it was a joke, missing its punchline. They waited for me to laugh. I didn't. People think resentment roars. Mine sharpened into a quiet, focused edge. My sister Liza had been the favorite since day one. Honor roll star, beauty queen, mom's pride. I was a filler child. Useful, but never treasured. My accomplishments were expected. Hers were paraded. I didn't hate her. That would have been easier. I hated what I stood for in their eyes. Something replaceable, expendable, convenient. But I stayed because families are supposed to be messy and loyal and complicated. What I learned, some families are just messy. It started with little comments. How Liza deserved more. How I should know my place. Then responsibilities quietly shifted. I paid the bills when Dad got sick. I patched the roof. I drove Mom to every appointment. I worked nights, doubles, anything to keep the house running. But the gratitude? Always redirected. Always toward Liza. I used to think they simply overlooked my effort. Then I found out the truth. They noticed. They just didn't care. Dad let it slip after one too many drinks. You're dependable. That's why we don't worry about you. She's fragile. She needs more. I wasn't their kid. I was their safety net. Their entire world was built on the assumption that I would never snap. So when that shiny Lexus appeared, and my $5 mug sat in my lap, I didn't blow up. I didn't fight. I didn't cry. I watched every smirk, every dismissive glance, every expectation that I'd swallow another insult in silence. Mom leaned in, smiled for the pictures. Don't ruin this. That was it, the turning point. I finally understood. They didn't love me. They relied on me. And they never imagined I could choose to walk away. I didn't pack a bag. I didn't slam a door. At 2 a.m., while the house slept, I gave them a present of my own. Not rage, not drama. Absence. I set 3 envelopes on the dining table, one for each of them. Inside, a simple printed statement, effective immediately. I am withdrawing from every financial, emotional, and logistical responsibility. Every bill I've been covering is now in your names. Every debt tied to the house is now yours alone. I have permanently moved out. Signed. Dated. Final. I left with nothing but my wallet and the clothes I had on. No goodbye. 7:12 a.m. My phone erupted. Mom yelling. Dad panicking. Liza crying because she can't pay for the Lexus, especially after discovering I had been covering their overdue credit cards, the same ones Mom used as the down payment. The Lexus wasn't a gift. It was a debt wrapped in entitlement. And the person who always cleaned up their mess? Gone. I said nothing. 2 days later, they tracked me down. My new apartment was small, bare, peaceful. Mom burst in first. What have you done? You're destroying this family. I stayed seated, calm. I stopped playing my assigned role. I said, you'll have to find someone else to hold everything together. Dad tried guilt. Liza tried tears. But none of it worked, because now they finally got it. It wasn't my departure that shattered them. It was their belief I would never leave. They built their stability on me, and never once acknowledged it. Now they had to stand on their own legs. Wobbly, inexperienced, unprepared. The Lexus was repossessed in 3 weeks. The house went up for sale within 2 months. Liza got a regular job. No spotlight, no pedestal. Mom still calls. But the silence she once demanded from me now belongs to her. And me, for the first time in my life, I'm not the backup child, not the reliable shadow, not the quiet workhorse. I'm free. Funny, isn't it? They always told me life was fair. Turns out they were right. Life became fair the moment I walked out the door.